All right. Yo, yo. Random session. Random session, but there's a lot to talk about. Who's here? Let me know if you guys can hear me good in the chat. We're going to get started in a few minutes here. I know it's a random time, but we can go over some stuff tonight. Let me know if you guys can hear me good. Seen some crazy flips this week, yo. Out of the inner circle. I remember this flip. I think he's in the chat. I think I just saw him in the chat. 200 euros. This flip's still going. I remember this flip. I have a video about it that I'm gonna post soon. Crazy flip. Guy's still going for it. $200, 16,000 profit. There was another crazy flip. I seen. Where was it? Up here a bit. 300 euros to 10,000 euros. Jeez. Wait, to 10,000? I'm confused. Wait, no. Maybe there's a confusion there. I saw the writing, but this one's crazy. Crazy flips. From 18th of August. Some exciting times it's been the last 2 months. It's like that, see? From August 18th. There can be periods in the year like we're witnessing right now where the market gives you an environment. If you have the right positions, you lock in properly. Big flips like that. We've had a lot of big flips like that out of the inner circle. Some big ones. Some pretty big ones. $600 to 21K. That was in 2 weeks. The market has provided that this past couple months, this month. It's been, even this year, I'd say like 2025, good majority with gold. Like gold this year has provided some times where the markets have conditions where if you get the right entries, you get the right timing, you lock in, you're not too emotional, you build a good plan, you have the right strategy. We've seen some crazy flips, 1K to 12K. They didn't post the full screenshot here in school, but it's in Discord. The full screenshot's in Discord. 1K to 12K, 600 to 21K. We've seen some crazy flips in the last month. 300% day. I think this ended up getting to like 8K. Yeah, here's the 200. The 200. If you guys remember, this person took. Here it is right here. Crazy. $200 is now 14,000. Well, euros. 25 days ago. So it started August 18th. But 25 days ago it was 200 to 6,000. Now it's 200 to 14,000. And some withdraw, just a little bit there. Bro, you could withdraw like 14. You could start at 2,000. You could withdraw like a good chunk there. I think sounds good. All clear. You guys gotta let me know. Sometimes I have the mic far. Some crazy flips, to say the least. Gold's been on a tear. Now we just had pretty big pullback. Current price action. Gold just dropped 5%. So we just had like a pretty much like the first pullback we could say in a while like that it's offered. Like on the daily, 4 hours pulled back. We almost dropped like 5% here. Had like a over a 4% pullback. There's people like worldwide. There's people rushing to buy gold right now. Look worldwide. Lines out the door to buy gold in Australia. So yeah, we know gold's price recently surged past $4,300, making it one of the strongest weekly gains in many years for gold. The rally's been fueled by a mix of safe haven, let's say safe haven demands. That's what this rally's been fueled by, a mix of safe haven demands, expectations of the US Federal Reserve cutting rates, geopolitical risks, and then institutional and central banks also buying gold. So that being said, the momentum is pretty overstretched. Somewhat overstretched. Momentum indicators like the RSI or stochastic are like overbought. So a consolidation or a pullback makes sense. Like what just happened, we just had a pullback. Now, does that turn into a consolidation like one of these? You can see inside of this rally, you've had a mix of pullbacks, different types of pullbacks and consolidations. We're going to talk about that here tonight a bit throughout the stream, what this pullback could maybe turn into. But yeah, when you look at this, like lines are out the door to buy gold. In Australia, people are lining up to buy gold. Where else? Yeah, that's in Australia. I've seen some other posts here. What's this? Singapore and like China. Singapore, China, Japan. This is in what? Frenzy has started in Vietnam. People line up from 5 a.m. to buy gold. Historic high. People are lining up to buy gold. Gold's getting a lot of attention right now. That was in Vietnam. That's in Australia. Yeah, we already saw that. Yeah, same thing, Vietnam. People are storming shops right now to buy gold. Across Asia, here you go again. Like, yeah. Bank of America raises gold price target to 5,000. JP Morgan says 10,000 is possible. Basically, like the tide is turning. There's a big shift right now happening. Oh yeah, you got people lining up to buy gold right now. Past like couple days, all across the world, Australia, Asia, even India right now. So even China Central Bank, People's Bank of China, has been on an 11th month buying streak as of September 2025, adding to its reserve amid geopolitical tension, U.S. debt concerns, and diversification away from the dollar. This has contributed to gold's record breaking, with spot prices surging, surpassing $4,000, up over 30% year to date. Central banks globally, including China, have driven this surge. China, role player in this. Maybe they're doing that to attack, like, you got this whole trade conflict between USA, China, Donald Trump, and U.S. president and Chinese president. Let's go over some stuff. Where is it? So China, right here. I just passed it. Did I pass it? I got a lot of stuff here that I was looking at today. So I don't know if I'll go through everything, but we'll keep talking about some stuff over the next couple days. I'll be in the inner circle tomorrow. Oh yeah, no, I didn't pass it, but we got a lot of stuff to go over. Did I pass it? Yeah, China. It's probably at the top. That's what it is. What is China? China's gold stock levels have surged before 2025, going into 2025 as well. So gold. Where is it? Also, Japan's largest gold retailers suspend sales of small bullion bars for at least a month. So that's interesting. What could that mean? Locking up some supply. Retailers in Japan, retail investors in Japan are buying up physical gold faster than maybe the company can produce or restock. That usually happens when the public loses confidence in their local currency. So the yen has been historically weak. Inflation fears. Again, more global uncertainty, geopolitical tensions push investors towards safe haven. Physical versus paper gold as well. Gold bars, gold coins are being hoarded. So this could kind of be bullish. When physical demand is strong, it shows people don't trust the yen or paper money right now, so it reduces available supply of physical gold. Like we've seen people lining up. You got people lining up in this, for instance. So less supply equals more demand, higher prices. It tells us investors are hedging against inflation and currency weakness. Central banks and institutions have already been accumulating. Central banks have already been accumulating a lot in August, September. Now the public is joining in. Could be a sign of a global demand wave. So short term versus long term, short term gold could still pull back. Because the market has been overextended. But bigger picture, maybe some bullish signals developing, strong demand, record prices. People are literally buying all the gold they can. $15 trillion since the beginning of 2024. People are still turning to gold more. You might see Bitcoiners, crypto people want gold to top. You'll see a lot of posts about gold topping. Does gold top? If gold tops, that's what crypto people really want. I mean, I'm a crypto person. Doesn't have to happen soon. You'll see a lot of those types of posts. So it's a lot of back and forth. President Trump says no when asked if he's in a trade war with China, but the day before he said yes, we're in one. If you guys remember, where did I post it? Oh man, I posted it in this chat, so it's gonna be maybe a little bit back here. When asked, he said, well, we're in one, and then the next day it's says no when asked. And then it's we are not in a trade war. And then it's we're in one. And it's we're going to push the date. It's, odds of imposing 100% tariffs on China have gone down. This is why gold has rallied strong, because it's like no one even like one day you get one answer and the next day it's like this, and then today it's being said that the date's gonna get pushed. So it's so much uncertainty for the market. You could buy gold. I mean, physically they have like stores. You probably have a local store in your place that has like we buy and sell gold. Or you can find websites online depending on where you live. You can buy gold in the sense of like jewelry. I bet if you type in gold near, if you go on Google and you type gold near me, you'll probably have something locally that you could buy gold from. I mean, there's websites like this that you can buy, but stuff like this, it's called Silver Gold Bull. India's gold reserves have gone up. So India, one of the biggest gold consumers on earth, their reserves surpass, can't even read that number right now, 100 billion for the first time in history. India, in terms of seasonality, India is always like a major seasonal driver of gold because of like festival season, wedding season. So between like October and February is like peak times in India for like festivals, wedding seasons. During these months, literally millions of families buy physical gold. Not as an investment, but as a part of like their culture and their tradition. So around between October, it creates like more another wave of like physical demand every year. So maybe you're entering that period right now through mid-October through December, January, and February. Between now and February. So we just seen like on the chart, we just got like, if we look at the chart right now, and we're going back to oversold on the 4-hour. So yeah, India's gold reserves. Biggest pullback that we've seen in a bit. I mean, percentage-wise, if you look, prices dropped over 4%. You've had, like, if we look, gold's rally really started since, like, down here. The rally we've been on the last 2 months. This shows you an example of how a market can move. There's been, if we look at the 4-hour, like right now we're on the 4-hour chart, all right? So you guys understand? This whole rally up since, pretty much end of August. I think this has been the biggest pullback so far. We'll see that, but along the way up, there's been a few. Like if you do technical analysis, you look at the charts. There's been like, in the beginning, it wasn't the biggest pullbacks, but price was still showing strong signs of bullish dominance and strong signs of demand. But you still had, like, for us traders, we recognize these as pullbacks. You still had some pullbacks in there, some clean market structure forming. continuations. Highs, lows, higher lows. But these pullbacks were pretty gradual. Like when you look at these drops, it's like you're getting $20 drops, not even 1%. But these like we started to notice, like all of us, anyone who's been on the chart with me since here, we've been talking about a lot of this. We started to catch on to like all these drops. The more they happened, we started to notice they kept getting bought up. Even these gradual pullbacks that would maybe go about 0.5% or 1% on the 4 hour. You did have some times where the market back here gave you some drops and it would go up, make a higher high in the market structure. All right. Type a number 1 in the chat if you guys already understand. If you guys understand so far, type a number 1 in the chat. All right. If you guys understand. The gold chart does look like crypto back in the days, and I just said something moments ago. I said it shows you what a market could do. And what I was thinking when I said that was also what crypto did like 5 years ago when it rallied. There was like 10 different pullbacks in one of the last bull runs. Like Bitcoin pulled back like this, I think like 17 times or something like that. I bet. Now, there in the beginning, there were some pullbacks here. All right. They weren't as big as price has gone up, as volatility has also increased in the market overall. The pullbacks would also get bigger. Okay, but same idea here. You get pullbacks, continuations, pullbacks, continuations, pullbacks. So waiting for pullbacks. As this has increased, some of these pullbacks became bigger. Like here, you had a drop of 1.89%, almost 2% there. The market fell and continued. Here, you had a wick up, a big move up, and then price dumped. So from here down, price dropped 1.5%. You know, overall, even came down to here. You can see here the market drops like 2%, a bit over 2%. So on the 4 hour, there has been some drops along the way up. Here you have 2% down. Strong rally up. Last couple of weeks. Here's another 2% down. Some of them have been quite quick, like at the right times, at times where it's like London session or New York session usually. So like when you're getting these fast ones in the day. There's been a few, like here 2% down, 2% down, 2% down. The move we got like today to finish like the week off was like twice the size, like twice almost. Some of those moves down here. Last week, market dropped almost 3%. Fast move down. And then this week, we finish off the week with a drop of almost 5%, like over 4% here that we had here. So you backtrack this. When you backtrack it, you can see here, like the dips have been for buying. Bullish opportunities. These dips, everybody understands, right? So far, we don't got too many people on, but we're going over some good stuff tonight. I just went for like a 1 hour jog, I call it. I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna stream. It's like, you backtrack this thing, and all of these dips have pretty much like set in bottoms. So these are where the bottoms have come in. Okay. You guys see what I'm saying? Simple stuff. Nothing crazy. On the 4 hour. Anytime the 4 hours pulled back, it's been a retracement or like a really strong drop like last week, last couple of weeks, like these strong drops. But when you look at some of these moves, they're characterized by like two movements. Like back here, for instance, you have this drop down to 2%. Inside of there, you have like two separate drops. You have this move down, and then you have this move down. So it would have been like, this would have been a volatile trading day, down. Price dropped 1.5% on that day. Take that into consideration. Like you have this move down from here to here. Well, there's two moves in that down. Okay. So like you had 2 times the volatility. You had this drop down 1%, and then you had a day where price drops 2%. If you go back, the reason I say that, you go back, like you have this drop here, which drops down to 2%. Inside of there's a drop, a spike up, a drop. Okay, so it's like a corrective phase. That's a retracement. It's more corrective. So when we look at this, it's like this is gonna rally back up and just continue, or it's gonna go like this, come back, test the low. It's questionable, does that low hold? Or the market could break the low. That's where it turns into more of a corrective phase down. Basically like one of these. Something like this where you get a sell-off, you bounce, but then you make a new low. Yeah, but this has been like, if you look at the last drop, this has been like the biggest correction. Like last drop was like 3%, but it was pretty much a day there that dropped, made the move right there. Earlier I was streaming, this is what we went over. So like on a technical outlook for gold, like 4,300, that's gonna be an interesting level. But with where price is, there's some supports, some floors. Gold already pulled back to one of them. So some supports, some floors with where gold is. It already pulled back to one of them. $4,200. It actually went below it today and just wicked above it. That drawdown was not nice. I'm negative $300 right now, but I had a drawdown on this thing with a small trade too. So like price has come to a floor or a support where things could stabilize. So when you look at these pullbacks, look at the last pullback on gold was here. broke down. It had this crazy bearish candlestick that dropped, and then the 4-hour made what I like to call rejection. So the 4-hour closed bullish. It's probably oversold there too. Even like back over here, like so rejection, a candlestick in essence can be a support or a resistance. Like these sell candlesticks on the 4-hour, like this candle in essence is acting like a resistance, or this candlestick here, or this candlestick up here. So when we talk about the 4-hour, it's a pretty concrete time frame to look for closing of the candlesticks on, like whether you're closing bullish or whether you're closing bearish. Okay, so like bullish would be this candlestick, bearish would be this candlestick. It's a strong time frame to establish like direction or confirmation. When you get one of these candles, okay? So on the moves, like I'm looking at gold the same way I have, like it's made like a really good dip back. Like here there was a huge dip down. It was slower. There was some spikes up in it. There was some buying opportunities intraday that could have turned to swings. There were good confirmations, like here there would have been, and on this candlestick. In a bullish market, you have to be prepared for that too. Like situations where there can be pullbacks and the market gives you good confirmation, but the move does not stick and it goes down and makes a lower low. It's happened a few times, and a couple times I've gotten caught in between them, thinking that it was gonna keep going. Like here you have the first pullback and you get a very strong bullish candle indicating maybe that buyers have stepped in, but the market completely takes that out. So like there would have been two good trading opportunities here based on the 4-hour for buys, like in this candlestick or maybe on the next one, thinking for continuations, or the next candlestick down here, down in here. If we go back, like there would have been good buying opportunities in here, this candlestick or the green one down here. Although those moves didn't stick, but they still would have been like, they would have been confirming something for us. And then down at the bottom, there can be some resilience in attempting the move. Like the last move down was pretty clean on the 4-hour. It closed bullish and market just continued up. So it's not to say that this is like the end all move, that it's just gonna completely just go up here, make a new all-time high. But you do have like a 4-hour bullish candlestick here. So that let's see something as well. Yeah, both are bullish. We did kind of close green. Like Fridays usually finish like this. If the market dumps on Friday, usually the afternoon will finish green. Like this, it finished green on the candlestick on the 4-hour. So it could be trying to start the move up. Another buy the dip situation potentially. We've seen a lot of them. It could come down. I mean, it could come up, come back to test the low. Like I'm thinking a low is gonna get made here. Yeah, it did pull back to like the first level where we could identify some support where price could stabilize. Another level would be $4,100. I think the I think the bulls will stay in as long as the market stays above $4,000. Like we're above 4K, so $4,000, that would be like a strong psychological anchor for gold. Breaking breaking a lot below $4,000 would start to weaken the bullish narrative. If price were to break a lot below $4,000, I think that would, like, if it broke a lot below 4K, I would sort of like weaken the bullish narrative. For now, you have some levels like 4,200. We could potentially try to hold that for the week. I did even say on the stream that I did today, I did talk about 4,200. I did a stream earlier today. Well, technically yesterday now. Can go sideways too this time of the year. Before the trend even begins again, like gold can often run till February. Like we could potentially see still stronger months between December and February for gold. Five-minute, I'll go over that. That's a good question. There's been a lot of 5-minute action, like in these trends, there's a lot of action on the 5-minute. Well, these types of pullbacks, like when the market's falling aggressively like this, you don't want to be using like the 5-minute so much for like trying to buy. The 5-minute works best when the market's really trending and it has that momentum. There's a lot of inner trends in there. Once you can establish like direction for something, that's where the 5-minute works really, really well. If you establish a direction. So like bearish would have been the best for this on the 5-minute. There would have been a lot of break and retests happening on the 5-minute levels. If you can establish like direction, that's where your 5-minute's going to work really, really well. Yo, but 4 hours, so like I said, 4,200. That's like the first maybe base. We have some price action there that also makes sense to hold that zone, 4,200. $4,100, 4,200. These are levels to just kind of keep in mind for the next month. 4,000. I think as long as we remain above 4K, like the way that the market's breaking above 4K is like strong. Like it's very bullish. Still can hold bullish structure above that price. Not saying it can't ever come back to 4K. But the way the price is flowing, the way the chart's flowing, it's been clear trend. Like if you know market structure, you're making. So we're looking for that low, and any pullbacks like this on the 4 hour can potentially start that low. This is where you'd like maybe want to try to hunt for a swing where a low could be made, like every 4 hour pullback has created a bottom, has created a low, like I went over already. So pullbacks like this can potentially turn into a swing. But being above, remember, $4,000. That's basically like a psychological anchor for the market. It's a very psychological price, 4K. It's not even like the market came to 4K and it sold off. Like we hit 4K and just broke through it, pulled back, and we're up here now. Trend's still intact. I don't think like this pullback might spook. Like see, 4,100 could still be something it comes to. So this drop might spook a lot of you guys, spook people, or maybe make you rethink like what the market is doing. You have, in under a day, the market dropping almost pretty much like $200. So that might spook you. That might mess with your psychology, maybe your emotions. You might make to rethink like where the trend is, what the market's doing. Oh my gosh, are we bearish now? Did it make a top? Things of that nature, right? So it's good to zoom out. That's why I got on here. Also going over some of this stuff. It's good to zoom out, look at the bigger picture as well. Because I don't think like price could stabilize, stall around, but I don't think one drop is enough to just say, okay, the top is in. It's just going to reverse from here. So next week's kind of looking at that 4 hour now. We got a 4 hour setting up. We haven't had that since like down here. And even this, like if you think back to the last pullback, like think about your trading experiences, how you act in the moment of things. Like a lot of you guys were involved, like a lot of you guys that are going to be watching this or on this stream were involved in this. We're watching the market when it dropped last time here. I know you guys were because I see it in the chats. I always hear the Discord blowing up when the market moves crazy. My laptop always makes noises. So like a lot of you guys were involved in that movement, saw it happen, right? Partaked in it or watched it, even stuff like think about your emotions when you're seeing price drop like that, what it's doing, what you're thinking. Think even back to the last time price dropped, right? The 4 hour setup perfect there, but if your emotions get in the way when maybe something's dropping like this, and you change your mind or you change your bias, I don't think there's top signals. If you're trying to short gold, wait for those euphoric times. Those euphoric times are pretty much the best times when it's going euphoric. And right now it's in that. That's like when it makes a higher high or an extension. When it's very euphoric, making a higher high in price, or like hitting like a fib extension. Selling it right now, you're going like up against like central banks, institutions, large funds that are just buying it. If you're selling it, just know who you're going up against. I mean, literally like central banks, institutions. Just like that, Going up against central banks, institutions, funds. Now retail's stepping in. Retail's stepping in for gold. People are lining up in Australia, in Asia. Just know who you're up against if you're shorting. There could be good times to short, like shorts. Like the shorts are gonna go faster. When shorts happen, they can go faster. And right now, when shorts come in, you're gonna be getting like moves like this. Pretty much getting like this was a $200 move. Last move we got was $100. A bit, actually over $100. The last move we got, yeah. I gotta move this. I can't see the wick. It's the yellow. Last move we got was a bit over $100. So this move was pretty much like $200 down in price. Haven't had a move like that, like down, like sharp in one day, like that quick. I would say, since I can remember, back over here, I think this was it in April. It's pretty much doing like what happened like March, April, like gold was already rallying on a surge. Like, I think it was like this here. No, that wasn't even this one. Right here. April, that week of April. I think that was the tariff week. April 2nd to April 7th, but that took longer to do. Like in one day, I don't think we've had a move like that. Like even this, like look at this. This is not that much bigger. Like last September, price was already rallying. And usually for gold, like usually the last like 10 days of the month for gold, like usually like going into the end of the month it's rallying. If you go back to gold the last year, like months where it's finished strong, usually like the end of the month it's finishing strong. I've noticed like the last like 10 days of the month are usually like finishing bullish before like it pulls back. Think about last year, dude. Last year rallied up. There was a big pullback in November. Price stalled out, but still rallied in like the first half of the year. Yeah, we haven't seen like a pullback. A pullback like this reminds me of this. Like the volatility of it. These moves down. I mean, those were way longer. Seeing MLMs, nice. Euphoric, like look up like the Wall Street cheat sheet chart on Google. It's like euphoric, like how it moves, like it's parabolic. It's euphoric. Like everybody wants it, kind of like crypto, as well. If you're familiar with like stages in crypto. Euphoric is like a very thrill. It's like thrilling. It's thrilling. It's hype. It's the thing that's hot. Like it's a euphoric hype. Like a meme coin when it pumps. One moment. I'm ordering some food. I just ran for like an hour, so I'm ordering some food right now. Whew. Man's hungry. Oh. Need to eat. Man's gotta eat. Wall Street, like Euphoric is like. Damn, yo, we've been bullish on gold all year. Maybe we're entering like, maybe we're like Thrill. Maybe it's like, this is like, is it Euphoria or is it, gold? Gold's like in this rally. Or in some food. Oh, yeah. Crypto might be in disbelief. Crypto could be in disbelief. Probably in disbelief for crypto. Gold's like pretty much like flirting with the state of like maybe like Thrill and Euphoria. Whether it's, but it's, I think it's entering that. I think it's entering that stage. It could, whether it's fully blown off or just entering that zone of Euphoria. It's debatable. Like it just blasted through 4,300. Setting new all-time highs. We can look up like reports of people lining up to buy physical gold. Small bars are out of stock. Remember some of the stuff we talked about. People are lining up to buy physical gold. Small bars in Japan are out of stock for a month. So when demand becomes panic physical demand, like it's like panicking for physical demand. People are panicking for like physical demand. It's kind of this right here. Here it is. It's like a hallmark of like Euphoria. People want the real metal, not just paper exposure to it, because you can buy gold through paper exposure, but people want the real metal. We're seeing demand right now, retailer demand, investor retailer for physical. Like right now, pretty much like analysts are linking this, like the likening towards this is like the 1979 1980 gold mania. Euphoria just means like you're gonna see wild, like when an asset enters like Thrill, Euphoria, you see like wild swings in the day, wild intraday swings, whip spas, sharp reversals become more frequent. You see like more blow off moves, spikes, like what it did last night. How it goes, like how it rips up before a deep correction. Basically, in like Euphoria, Thrill, these types of stages, price can get too far from support. Like you may have like a support, and it's like price can just sort of leave and become too far from support. And that makes it vulnerable for like these types of pullbacks or snapbacks. A little fear, less fear in this market. Where's the monthly at? Crazy. Richard Grant? No, I don't know. Maybe I do, but probably not. Name doesn't sound familiar. Sell all the BTC. Are we selling BTC? I haven't. Crypto winter. I see it's a sharp correction. I remember Bitcoin like in 2020, 2021, it had a bull run like this, I remember back in here, there were so many pullbacks. When you dissect this on a 4 hour, you have a lot of pullbacks, and then even this, it doesn't look like much here on the daily, but when you dissect all of this, there was lots of pullbacks like intraday. There's a lot of big intraday pullbacks that would happen along the way up. And at the time, it was like thousands of dollars that it was moving, which was a lot at the time. And then even here, like, I remember Bitcoin, when it was really exploding, when it broke 20K, there would be so many intraday pullbacks along the way. Spikes like this down. This is the daily we're looking at right now. But spikes down. When it would really move. There'd be days where it would just whip down, but then rapid move up. Yo, Bitcoin's not looking hot. It's not looking too hot at the moment. It's looking like crypto winter right now. I try to stack, like I just withdrew an account. I withdrew $15,200 this week in profit. Withdrew that in USDC. Bitcoin's down even more from like now. Yeah, like literally I was gonna withdraw some when it was like here. Now it's like even less, so it's good. Depends on how you look at it. I look at it like how many 0.1s can I grab now? 0.1s. How many 0.1s can I withdraw? Or how many 001s, or how many Bitcoins can you make? The lower price goes, the easier it is for traders to make more Bitcoin. Like right now, if you think about it, like a 0.1. Like for me, the way I think about it is like a 0.1. A 0.1 was just 15K. Now 0.1 is less than that. So it's like I think of like if Bitcoin were to go to like 100, a 0.1 is 10K, right? Like if it gets to the 90s, you like trader like in trade, because I'll go back to like some trading experience last year. Like here was the best time to trade. In a way, or not even there, like in here, all in here was the best time to trade and do like consistent withdrawals, because a 0.1 of Bitcoin, like a 0.1 of Bitcoin was not a lot in comparison to what it is now. Like it was like $2,600 or $3,000, $4,000. So if you were having like $10,000 weeks, $15,000 weeks, 20K week, whatever it is, 5,000, 10,000. If you're having 10K weeks, you could get a couple point ones at the time. So like trading like that's why it's good. That's why I like trading because when Bitcoin's price is down, it's easier to accumulate more. Like in terms of like how I look at Bitcoin units, like I look at like okay a point one, how much a point one is. So if it's like if Bitcoin's 90K and it's like I can have a good trading week, a good couple weeks when it's that price, I can accumulate a good amount of Bitcoin, maybe in that week, that month, that time period. Yo, so 4 hour correction next week. Keep an eye on gold. Buy the dip situation. Maybe I'm not trying to give financial advice here. Just my opinion. None of this is financial advice. Just some updates, some info. See what we do next week. 4 hours already flipping bullish. Am I gonna see how the I'm gonna be watching market open closely this week. Especially just how fast things have been moving. No, yeah, I'll be watching the market open closely this week. It's in a good spot. Like Fridays have pretty much like last Friday was in a good spot to buy. Like the last couple of Fridays have dipped. Gold to 5K. Gold to 5K. Gold going 5K. Let's just start calling it in case it goes on the rally. But the last few Fridays, where's this Friday? I missed one. Yo, look at the last 4 Fridays. Alright. This Friday dumped, but it's still like in a buy situation. It's still like ending in a buy situation. Like the last 4 Fridays, before the Friday, it was dropping already. Like bam, bam. Smash the like button, yo, if you guys got value. Went over some good stuff tonight, even though markets closed. Random session. Had some energy in me. I was like, yo, I'm gonna go stream. We've had a sell-off into the last 5 Fridays, pretty much. Make sure you guys smash the like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel. We go in 5K this year, maybe 10K. Okay, maybe not 10K this year, but JP Morgan says... What is this? Target for 2028 is $10,000 for gold. Damn. I mean, if the system collapses, here's Trump saying America will never sell its Bitcoin. If that means anything to you.
Knows very well, never sell your Bitcoin. That's a little phrase that they have. I don't know if that's right or not. Dude, hell knows.
Fucking better not.
Yes, this could be perhaps the greatest revolution in financial technology since the birth of the internet itself. A lot of people are saying that. I don't know. What do you guys think? Yes? If you say yes, I'm saying yes.
There we go. We got Trump saying that. One could say that the central bank have put a floor price on gold. We're gonna wrap it up here soon. Global central bank gold purchases in tons. Damn, they've been ramping it up the last years. Average before the outbreak of the Ukraine war, 118 tons. So over the last like decade plus, there was just an average of central banks buying gold, but over the last this is since the 2024 report. So these numbers have probably this has probably been average and increasing this year in 2025. So that okay. Gold has never gone up 10 weeks in a row before. This is the commodity super cycle. Gold is up 9 weeks in a row. It's never gone up 10 weeks in a row before. Global central banks now own the most gold in this century. Yeah. Foreign central banks hold more gold than treasuries, first time since 1996. Central banks have been loading up on gold since 2002. They know it's coming. When the trust in fiat fades, gold becomes the anchor. Gold rallies helping China get one step closer to gold to building a world less dependent on the U.S. Oof. Gold rally boosting Pakistan's reserves. Gold's price have surged 50% a day. That's good news for Pakistan. It's boosting their reserves. India's gold reserves. Yeah, literally crypto down since, gold up. Damn. XAUT transactions, token transactions count totally have surged. But yo, prepare for next week. Keep an eye on gold. Gold to 5K. Let's just cement that. Smash that like button. Yeah, the daily has that nice little wick too. 4 hour. Every Friday, go look at the last Fridays. Go look at all the last Fridays. Yeah, but we're above 4,000, so like as long as we stay, like we don't have to come back to 4,000. Just the fact that we're above 4,000 shows like a strong demand signal for gold. We don't have to, but if we do in coming months, it'll be a level to keep an eye on. Just like this 4,200 level, like what's happening with 4,200, we're seeing price stabilize. It found 4,200, reacted. Bullish candle so far. Tap in next week. Tell your grandma, tell your mom, tell your dad, tell your dog, cat. Tap in next week because we're gonna find some moves. It looks like it's setting up nicely on the 4 hour for next week. So yeah, a lot going on with gold though. There was Banks raised their price. Gold could hit $10,000. Bank of America hikes gold forecast to 5K an ounce. It already hit all their other price targets pretty much, like that. What they had, like they were. I remember when 3,800, 4,000. It's like, so there's still numbers like 4,500, 4,800, 5,000, 4,500. If you were really trying to be ballsy and just hodl, swing one of these dips, 4,500 could be a longer term target. If we manage to hold above 4,200 or 4,100. But yo, plug in next week because it's looking interesting. Next week's looking like an interesting one. I'm out though. Peace out. Peace, peace, peace. Gonna wrap it up here for the night. My food. I think my food's coming. Ordered some food. I'll be in the inner circle tomorrow. So if anyone's in the inner circle, I'll be live for the inner circle tomorrow. All right. If anyone's in the inner circle. Damn, what came? Anyone that's in the inner circle, I'll be live tomorrow in the inner circle. Actually, I'm gonna make that session right now. I'll be live in 12 hours, or what time is it here? 12 p.m. tomorrow. If you're in the inner circle, I know I can see some names in the chat. I know some of you guys are in the inner circle. So if you're in the inner circle, I'll be live tomorrow, 12 p.m. Eastern time. All right, we out. Peace out. Plug in tomorrow if you're in the inner circle, and make sure you guys tap in next week.